Hi techies, in this video I am going to keep all Informatica PowerCenter interview questions which I have explained so far in my channel Informatica Lovers. If anybody has missed any of the earlier videos, you can go through it, and anybody is attending Informatica PowerCenter interview, then you can go through this video. It's very beneficial because I am keeping all the questions in one video. And if anybody is not subscribed my YouTube channel Informatica Lovers, please subscribe it. IT Tech Teach, providing online IT training on below courses: .NET, C#, Informatica PowerCenter, Informatica Cloud, Python, SAS, Oracle, SQL, PL SQL and SharePoint. If anybody interested to learn any of these courses, you can contact below email or phone number which I have displayed here.
The first question is, can we have a mapping without a source qualifier? Yes, if we use an XML file or a VSM, nothing but COBOL file, as a source, we will not have a source qualifier. The second question is, what is the term pipeline in Informatica? Pipeline term in Informatica gives the flow, physical flow of data from source to target or any other transformation. The third question is, can you apply a CD type 2 on flat file target? If yes, what is the procedure? We cannot update a record in a flat file as we need a key column to update the record. But in flat files, we cannot have a key column. So, we cannot implement the SED type 2 on flat files. The next question is, what is the advantages of converting stored procedures into Informatica mappings? Informatica is intermediate tool which talks to the database. If you use the stored procedure, the Informatica needs to talk to the database for each record, since Informatica process record by record. Making a call to database every time is costly. It is good to avoid the stored procedure as much as possible unless it is very necessary. If you write the same code in Informatica, the Informatica server will execute the code without making the multiple calls to the database. And the next question is, what are the set operators in Oracle? The set operators in Oracle are union, union all, minus, intersect. The next question is, what is normalization? Database normalization is organizing non-structured data into structured data. Database normalization is nothing but organizing the tables and columns of the tables in such a way that it should reduce the data redundancy and complexity of data and improves the integrity of data. Normally in Informatica we will use the normalizer transformation to normalize the data. First we will see what is the difference between the mapping parameter and mapping variable. When value change during the session execution, it's called as mapping variable. Upon completion of session execution, the Informatica server stores the end value of variable and it is reused when the session restarts. Values that do not change during the session execution are called mapping parameters. Values are allocated to these parameters before starting the session. The second question is, how can you validate all mappings in the repository simultaneously? The answer is, all the mappings cannot be validated simultaneously because each time only one mapping can be validated. The third question is, what is surrogate key? Surrogate keys are typically meaningless integers used to connect the fact to the dimension tables of a data warehouse. Surrogate key is a replacement for the natural prime key. It is a unique identification for each row in the table. It is very beneficial because the natural prime key can change, which eventually makes update more difficult. In Informatica, the simplest and most preferred way to generate surrogate key is using sequence generated transformation. We can also create a sequence in the database and use the same to generate the SKS for any table. This can be invoked by a SQL transformation or using a stored procedure transformation. The next question is, what is target load order? If you have multiple source qualifier transformations connected to the multiple targets, you can specify the order in which the integration service loads the data into the targets using target load plan option. This will give you an option to control which target load order group needs to be executed first and load to the target. One of the limitation with this target load plan is that even if any of the target load order group is failed, we cannot restart the session from the fail step. We have to start again from the beginning. The fifth question is, what is event wait task? The event wait task waits for a predefined event or a user defined event. A predefined event is a file watch event. When you use the event wait task to wait for a predefined event, you specify an indicator file for the integration service to watch. The integration service waits for the indicator file to appear. Once the indicator file appears, the integration service continues running tasks after the event wait task. The sixth question is, can one use mapping parameter or variables created in one mapping into any other reusable transformation? Yes, we can use, because reusable transformation does not contain any maplet or mapping. The next question is, how can one identify whether mapping is correct or not without connecting session? One can find whether the session is correct or not without connecting the session is with the help of debugging option.
The first question is, how can Informatica be used for an organization? Informatica can be used in an organization in the following ways. First one is, we can use it for data migration. Data migration is nothing but transferring the data from the traditional system to a new database system. And second one is for data warehousing. You know, right, Informatica is an ETL tool which is used for moving the data from the database or production system to the data warehouse. This process is known as data warehousing. And third one is for data integration. Data integration is nothing but integrating the data from multiple sources or file-based systems. If you have multiple databases as a sources, Informatica will be a good tool to clean up the data and integrate the data. The second question is, what are the tasks that can be performed using SQ, source qualifier transformation? You can perform the joins on tables. You can also join the tables belonging to the same database, and by default all the tables are joined by using the primary key and foreign key relationship. We can also explicitly specify the join condition in user defined join property. Second one is, we can use it for remove the duplicates. You can also select the distinct rows from this source table by using the select distinct property. Then integration service will add the select distinct statement to the default SQL query. The third usage is, you can filter the rows. An integration service adds a where class to the filter rows. And fourth one is sort input. You can also sort the input data by specifying the number of sorted inputs. An integration service uses the order by class by default to sort the input data. And fifth one is custom SQL query. You can also write your own queries to perform the calculations on the source data. The third question is, what is the difference between star schema and Snowflake schema in data warehouse? Here you can see I'm showing two diagrams. One is for star schema and another one is for Snowflake schema. Star schema will contain fact table in the middle, and it is connected with the different multiple dimension tables like a star. And in Snowflake schema, fact table will be a centralized table, and it is connected with multiple dimension tables, and these dimension tables again connected with the multiple dimension tables. The splitting of dimension tables into different multiple dimension tables is called as normalization. Why we'll go for normalization means if you have any data redundancy or duplicates in the data, then we are going to split the data into different dimension tables and connected with one dimension table. The main differences between the star schema and Snowflake schema are, if you use the star schema, the data redundancy will be more. If you use the Snowflake schema, the data redundancy will be very less because we are using the normalized tables. And also one thing you have to remember, here we have more number of multiple tables, and because of this we have to maintain all the tables. Maintenance cost will be more. When it comes to star schema, we don't have normalization tables, right? So everything will be in a denormalized single dimension table. So that's why it will not incur much cost when it comes to maintenance. And in star schema, we no need to write the complex queries because if you want any data or information, just we need to write one join on fact table and dimension table. Not needed much joins, and that's why the query performance will be more and also complexity will be very less. And if in case of Snowflake schema, if you want to get any data or any information, you need to connect with the multiple tables. So we need to use multiple joins on different tables because of this normalized concept, we have multiple dimension tables, right? So that's why we have to write multiple joins. So query complexity will be more, and also the performance of the query also very less because it will take more time because of joins. So retrieval process will be it will take very high time. The fourth question is, what is the difference between subquery and correlated subquery? In subquery, the inner query is executed only once. The inner query will get executed first and the output of the inner query used by the outer query. The inner query is not dependent on outer query. In correlated subquery, the outer query will get executed first, and for every row of outer query, inner query will get executed. So the inner query will get executed as many times as number of rows in the result of the outer query. The outer query output can use the inner query output for comparison. This means inner query and outer query dependent on each other. The fifth question is, what is complex mapping? If mapping contains the following features, we call it as a complex mapping. The first one is it should have difficult requirements, and second one is many number of transformations it should contain, and third one is complex business logic.
Let's go for the answers. The first one is, what are the differences between the source qualifier and joiner transformation? The answer is, if data originating from the same source database, then we'll have to use source qualifier transformation. We can join two or more tables with primary key foreign key relationships by linking the sources to one source qualifier transformation. If we have a requirement to join the midstream or the sources are heterogeneous, then we have to use joiner transformation to join the data. Performance wise, SQ transformation is faster than the joiner transformation because SQ performs SQL query on database directly. The second question is, what are the differences between lookup and joiner transformation? The answer is, in lookup transformation we can override the query, but in joiner transformation we cannot override the query. In lookup transformation we can use different types of operators like greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and not equals. But in joiner transformation only equal operator is available. In lookup transformation we can restrict the number of rows while reading the relational table using lookup override query, but in joiner transformation we cannot restrict the number of rows while reading. In joiner we can join the tables based on normal join, master outer join, detail outer join and full outer join, but lookup supports only left outer join of database. Different catches like persistent dynamic are possible in lookup transformation, which improves performance, but it is not in the same for joiner because there is no concept of cache in joiner transformation. The third question is how to handle the special characters and non-printable characters in Informatica. So first I am going to explain how to remove the non-printable characters. In Informatica we have a reg replace function. So this is one of the inbuilt function in Informatica. By using this function we can remove the non-printable characters. This is the syntax which I have highlighted. The syntax we have to use in the expression transformation so that we can remove the non-printable characters. This here first I am passing port name. This is in which column we are finding this we are getting this non-printable characters. That column name we have to pass here, that port name. And second one is here our scenario is non-printable characters, that's why I'm just passing the non-printable characters here. If we want to replace some other characters also, we can remove it. We can replace it by passing here that characters. For non-printable characters we have to pass a cap of print, how I am showing here. Like this we have to pass the second attribute so that it will identify the non-printable characters in this column whichever we are passing. If we found this non-printable characters, then it just replaces with the empty string. Here just I'm passing quotes, nothing I'm passing here. If you want to replace with any other characters, then you can pass it here in the third attribute in these quotes. And the second one is to remove special characters. We have replace str in the replace str function in Informatica. So this is also one of the inbuilt function in Informatica. So first in second attribute we have to pass the port name. So this is nothing but in which column we want to remove the special characters. We have to pass in the second attribute. And third attribute, the special characters whatever we want to replace, those special characters we have to pass here. I'm just replacing with the empty string again. So if you want to replace with any other characters, we can pass it here in the fourth attribute. This is actually I have mentioned for the special character, to remove the special characters. That's why I'm just passing the special characters only. Normally we can use this a function for replace any other strings also. Suppose I want to remove ABC character in port name. If we found anywhere in the ABC string, then if I want to just remove that ABC string with any other string, replace with any other string, then at the time, if we pass 1, then it will take case sensitive. Here ABC I have given in the third attribute as a lowercase letters. Then it found only lowercase letters in this column. In this column data, only that time it will replaces with that replace character. Otherwise, if we want to replace for both lowercase and uppercase letters, then you have to give 0 here, so it will ignore the case sensitive. If we found ABC in both uppercase and lowercase letters in the port name, it will replaces for both with whatever we have mentioned here, that character or string. The third one is how to remove the both special characters and non-printable characters at a time. So this is the syntax. Just I'm using this both functions in single syntax. You can see here replace str, this is for to remove the special characters, right? First I'm passing this replace str function in that reg replace function. So instead of port name, I'm just passing this replace str function. So it just removes the special characters. So whatever the output we are getting after replacing that special characters, For that output, again it will check for the non-printable characters. So if it's found any non-printable characters, then it just replaces with empty string again, and it will pass that result to the next transformation from expression transformation. The fourth question is, what is push-down optimization in Informatica? The answer is, push-down optimization technique in Informatica pushes the part or complete transformation logic to the source or target database. The integration service translates the transformation logic into SQL queries and sends those SQL statements to the database. Then the source or target database runs those SQL queries to process the transformation logic. The amount of transformation logic you can push to the database depends on the database, transformation logic, mapping, and session configuration. The integration service processes all transformation logic that it cannot push to a database. Pushdown optimization increases the performance by executing the most of the transformation logic in database level. The fifth question is, what are the push-down optimization types in Informatica? The first one is source-side push-down optimization. The integration service first analyzes the mapping from the source to the target or until it reaches a downstream transformation that it cannot push to the source database. Then the integration service generates the select statements and execute the SQLs in the source database. Then it reads the result rows and process the remaining transformations. And in second one, target side pushdown optimization, the integration service first analyzes the mapping from the target to the source or until it reaches an upstream transformation that it cannot push to the target database. Then the integration service generates the insert, update or delete statements. Then it executes the generated SQLs on the target database. And third one is full pushdown optimization. You can use full pushdown optimization only when the source and target databases are in the same relational database management system, and the integration service pushes as much as transformation logic to the both source and target databases. Based on the transformations and its logic, integration service will perform full or partial pushdown optimization. The sixth question is, what is command to print fields from first to 4 of each line from the file in Linux? So I have one file with name address.txt. It is having 3 records and every field is separated with the comma. So it is a comma delimited file, and total all records having 6 fields, but I don't want all the fields, just I need only first 4 fields. So I just need till state. Here we have one as serial number and ABC as customer name, and Guntur is city, and AP is state, and India is nationality, and pin code is 5,01,000. Like this, all the records having the fields. So I just need till state 1 to 4. So for this we have a command in Linux, that is cut command. So by using cut command we can get only for first 4 fields in the file. So you can see here I'm showing one syntax, cut of cut space hyphen D is for delimiter, and next one is space, I have given comma in quotes, double quotes, so that is delimiter. So our file is comma delimited, right? That's why I have given a delimiter as comma. If it's a pipe, then we can give pipe. If we separated with colon or some other character, then we can give that one here. And next one is space, hyphen F is nothing but field, and next space we are giving from starting field to end field. So I just need from 1 to 4, first 4 fields, so I have given 1 to 4. And next space we have to give the a file name. Address.txt is my file, so I have given that one, and you can see in the output how the records are get generated. So only first 4 records it got generated till state. So this is how we can generate fields from first to 4 using cut command in Linux.
Now I am going to explain most frequently asking question in Informatica interview, that is why sorted transformation is an active transformation. Before that, you have to know what is passive transformation and what is active transformation in Informatica. Passive transformation is the transformation which does not change the number of rows and order of the rows when the record passes through it, which means count of the input records and count of the output records should be same, and also row order of the input records and row order of the output records should be remains same after passing the records through the passive transformation. When it comes to the active transformation, it is vice versa. If the transformation is an active transformation, it should perform any of the two actions. What that means? It has to change the number of records that passes through the transformation, or it has to change the order of the records. So now tell me, why sorted transformation is an active transformation? If interviewer asks this question, most of the people gives the answer like sorted transformation is an active transformation due to the sorted transformation is having the distinct option. If we check this or distinct option, then sorter removes the duplicates. So that number of rows will change. Yes, it's true. But it is not complete correct answer. Why? Because sorter first sorts the input rows either in descending order or ascending order. Due to this, order of the rows will change. So this is the main reason why sorted transformation is an active transformation, not because of a distinct option.
About the difference between the connected lookup and unconnected lookup, and before that you have to know about the lookup transformation in Informatica. We use lookup transformation to look up data on a table or a file or a view or a synonym. Internally, when you created the lookup transformation, it will stores the data in cache memory based on the lookup ports and the condition which we have given in the lookup transformation. So it will be easy and faster for the integration service to query data stored in a cache memory. Now let's coming to our main topic, what are the difference between the connected lookup and unconnected lookup. The first point is connected lookup participates in data flow and receives input directly from the pipeline. When it comes to the unconnected lookup, it receives input values from the result of lookup expression which we have used in the another transformation. Normally we will use expression aggregator or update strategy transformations to give the inputs to the unconnected lookup by using this lookup expression. The syntax I have given here. Let's coming to the second point. Connected lookup can use both dynamic and static caching. When it comes to the unconnected lookup, cache cannot be dynamic. You will get a doubt like what is the dynamic and static cache. I will explain in next session. Let's coming to the third point. Connected lookup can return more than one column value as an output to the next transformation. But when it comes to the unconnected lookup, it can return only one column as an output. Let's coming to the fourth point. For connected lookup, we cannot call the same lookup multiple times in one mapping. If we use the unconnected lookup, then we can call the lookup multiple times in the same mapping. So it is nothing but reusability concept. Coming to fifth point, connected lookup supports user defined default values, which means lookup condition are not satisfied, we can return user defined default values. When it comes to the unconnected lookup, it does not support the user defined default values. So guys, these are the main differences between the connected lookup and unconnected lookup. So I hope you understood these differences.
So the first question is, what is aggregator transformation? So aggregator transformation is an active transformation and connected transformation. It is mainly used to perform the calculations on group of rows. The second question is, what is the default behavior of aggregator transformation? So by default, aggregator transformation returns last row as output in each group. Suppose I have an example. I have a table with employee and it is having the columns as employee ID, EMP ID and salary. Here if you see the employee ID which is having 101, 102 is having the same salary 200 and 103 and 104 is having different salaries. Okay, so if I do a group by on salary column, then in aggregator if I do if I select the salary in group by clause, then Informatica gives the output as below. If you see here, it returns the distinct values in salary, but it selects the second record. These two are these two salaries like 200, 200. These two employees is having same salary, but it returns the only one record which is having one last one in that duplicates. If you perform the same thing in DB level, we have group by clause, right? So if you perform the select with group by clause on the same table, then you will get like this. Here if you see, it selects the first one, 101 200, not 102 200. So this is the difference between the Informatica and DB level group by clause. Okay, if you perform group by in aggregator, then it will give the last record if you have the duplicates. And the same thing if you perform in the DB level with group by clause, then it will return the first record if you have the duplicates. The next question. What happens if you don't select group by ports in aggregator? If you don't select any group by ports, by default it treats all rows as a single group and returns last row. For example, same thing I'm giving, this is the example only. So I have duplicates and everything, okay. Um, but I haven't selected any field in group by clause in aggregator. So I haven't checked any column in group under group by. So at the time it treats these all rows as a single group. So by default aggregator gives the last record in Informatica, right, in the group. So it treats all these as a single group. So the last record, this one is the last record in this group. So it will return the 104 and 400, the last record in the table. Okay, so this is the answer. And next one, what happens if you select all groups by port, all group by ports in aggregator? So this is the third question, is if you are not selecting any group by, then it will treats all rows as a single group and it returns the last row. So if you are selecting all ports in group by, then it eliminates the duplicate records. It returns only the distinct records. Okay. And the fifth question, what are the different types of caches in aggregator transformation? So we have two types of caches in aggregate. While you are using aggregator transformation, it will create the two cache files. One is for index cache, so it contains only the group by ports information. Second one is data cache. It contains the aggregated calculation port information.
Okay, so the extension is like .idx, and for this is for index cache, and the second one is for data cache. It is saved with .det file, dat file. So the next question is, what are different types of aggregate functions in aggregator? So normally we use these aggregate functions. We have some other also, but basically we use sum, max, min, average, first and last record. These functions we use normally in aggregate functions. So these are the basic functions we'll use. The next question is, what are conditional statements in aggregator transformation? So while performing aggregate calculations, we can use the conditional statements with the use of if condition. So here you can see sum is the aggregate function. Here I am passing the condition, like if city equals to Hyderabad, then I'll sum up the salary. Otherwise I'll simply pass 0. So it will calculate the sum of the salaries who are in Hyderabad. So the next question is, what are nested aggregate functions in aggregator transformation? If you place one aggregate function in another aggregate function, then we call it as a nesting of aggregation. So for example, here you can see I'm using the max aggregate function. Here again I'm nesting one with one more aggregate function, a sum. So inside of max I'm using one more aggregate function, sum. So like this you can nesting the aggregate functions, um, but you can nest only till 2 levels. The next question is, that is only, you can see here we can nest up to 2 levels only. So here max is one level, so sum is another one more level, so only 2 levels we can nest up. In sum you cannot write one more aggregate function, so already here it is completed 2 levels of nesting. The next question is, what happens if group by ports contain null values? All rows containing null values will treat as a separate group. Suppose I have a salary column, so in that it is having 4 records which is having nulls. So if you do group by on salary column, then the records which is having nulls, it is taking as it will consider as one group, and in that it will return the last record, like the last record which is having null, that record it will return. The next question is, can you create a variable port in aggregator? Yes, we can create variable ports in aggregator. If you have a doubt, you can just try once in Informatica, like you can able to create the variable port in aggregator or not. So we have two optimization techniques for aggregator transformation. One is sorted input and second one is incremental aggregation. The next question is, how to set sorted input option in aggregator transformation. Like for sorted input option available under properties tab of aggregator transformation. When you select this option, you need to send the sorted data to the aggregator based on the group by ports. Like in group by, if you select department number, then you need to sort on department number, and then you need to send that data to the aggregator. How sorted input helps in increasing performance of aggregator transformation. When we sort the data and send to aggregator, then immediately performs aggregate calculations. It won't wait till all rows read from source. You know, right, Informatica, it can't read all rows at a time, it will read row by row. If you don't select sorted input, then aggregator it will wait till all rows read from source and then start calculating the aggregate calculations.
The next question is what is incremental aggregation? So incremental aggregation means aggregating the values based on the existing aggregated values. I have an example you can see here. First time when I receive the file, I have these two rows, like employee number, name, salary, department number. In that I have two employees with 100, like employee number with 100 and 101. So for this, for these two records I'm performing the I'm summing up the salaries based on the department. Suppose here you can see I have the department with 10, and all the salaries under department number 10 I'm going to summing up. This I got 10, and for the department of 10 I got 5,000 when I sum up the salary. So this is going to save in catchy file. Next time when new employee added to the same department, then it is going to add salary to this 5,000 already calculated value. This value is already saved in the cache, so this value it is going to take, and it is going to add the new salary to that already existed previous calculated value. It will not perform again like 2,000 plus 3,000 plus 4,000, just sum up the 5,000 plus 4,000. When cache files deleted for incremental aggregation, what happens? Session won't fail, it will recreate the cache automatically. Can we select both sorted input and incremental aggregation at a time? No, we cannot select like this, because selected sorted input, it will perform the calculations in memory. If you select incremental aggregation, then it will perform the calculations on existing cache values. So you cannot select both at a time. The next question is where cache files stored. So normally the cache files by default stored under server info shared and info shared cache. In this directory it is going to store by default. And the next question is when cache files will be deleted. Automatically cache files will be deleted after session succeeded. The next question is cache files will be deleted if session fails. No. If session fails, cache files won't delete. We need to delete manually. The next question is how to get first and last record using aggregator. By default, you can get last record if you do aggregator. If you want to get first record, then you need to use the first function for each port. Source SQ two aggregators by default. One aggregator returns last row. Another aggregator select first and connect to the two target instances.
Here I'm going to cover few SQL join scenarios which are most important for Informatica interview. Now let's coming to the topic. I have a table test 1 and with the values 1, 2, 3, and also again I have inserted another value as 1, and next I have created the table test 2. So in this I have inserted the values 1, 2, 4. Now just check the data in test 1 table. So the data is 1, 2, 3, 1 as I said, and for test 2 I have values 1, 2, 4. Now let's getting to the topic. I have a table test 1, right? So in this I have the duplicate record. The last one is the duplicate record. and in test 2 I have 1 to 4, so there is no duplicate records. So if we have a duplicate records in one table and there is no duplicates in the second table, so if you perform the different types of joins like inner join, left outer join, right outer join and full outer join, what will be the record count and what type of records will get tables. So first I'm going to perform inner join. If we perform the inner join, you can see here 3 records we got. So whatever the matching values in the both tables, those records only we are getting. So here one I got 2 records, for one I got 2 records, and for 2 I got 1 record. Why? Because in table 1 you can see here the occurrence for one value is twice, like 2 times it got occur, and in column 2 like in test 2 table the one value it got only one time, so 2 into 1 equal to 2. So but that's why it got 2 times in the output. For second value, I mean second record, for second value we got only one time occurrence, and here in table 2 we also got one time only. That's why 1 into 1 equal to 1, so the output it got only one record. If you perform the left outer join, same records whatever we got in inner join, those are same, and again apart from this we are going to get some other other records also, like whatever there in the left side, all the values left table, all the left table values we got, and whatever not having matching in the right side table, those we got null. If you perform the right outer join, same thing. So 2 2 and 1 1, same inner join output, and also the 4 this is there in the right outer join. So normally right outer join means it will give all the values in the right table. If we have a matching in the left side table, then those values it will display. If it's not there, then it will give null value. So if you perform the full outer join, then the values which are there in the left table and right table, all values it will display. And if we don't have matching value in both sides, like if you see here 3 is there in test 1 table, but it is not there in the test 2 table. So if we perform full outer join, so it will give the null value in the right side. And here you can see the for fourth value we don't have a value in the column, I mean test 1 table, so that's why it's giving null. So the remaining everything like matching records like 1 1 2 2, these will be the same as inner join output. Now I'm going to explain another one more scenario also. Like if we have a duplicate values in both tables, like test 1 table and test 2 table, then if we perform the different types of joins, what will be the output and how many number of records will get. So for this I have added another one more value for 1. So in test 2 table you can see sorry, in test 1 table we have a data 1231, and in test 2 we have a data 1241. So this last record I have added now. So in both tables we have a duplicate. If we perform the inner join, then what will be the output? You can see here we got 4 records for one value. Why? Because in table 1 it got occurred twice, in table 2 also it got occurred twice, so 2 into 2 so equals to 4. For one value we got 4 records, and in for second record, I mean second value record, only one time it got in output. Why? Because it occurred in table 1 one time and in table 2 also one time, so 1 into 1 equals to 1, so one record it got occurred in the output. If you perform the left outer join, same like inner join output, and also the values which are remaining in the left side table. All values normally if it will display if we perform the left join. So 3 is remaining, so for this 3 there is no record in the right side table. So for because of that, null value, it got null value. Same thing if you perform the right outer join, the values which are coming in the inner join, those records, and also extra record like 4, the last one, like it is there in the right side table, the fourth record, but it is not there in the left side table. So the value is not there in the left side table, there is no matching, that's why it gave null value. If we perform the full outer join, same, the records which are which we got for the inner join, those records, and also left join, we have remaining value 3, so that value it got displayed, and for that there is no matching value in the right side, so null value it got displayed. And in right side table we have 4 value left, only 4 value left, so the value it got displayed here. And here the matching value for this 4 is not there in the left side table test 1, so we got null value here. So if we perform the full outer join, whatever there in the both tables, it got displayed, but whatever we don't have a matching in both sides, those we got the nulls. Now I'm going to explain another one more scenario, like I'm going to insert a null value in first table. So I'm going to add null. Yeah, it got successfully inserted. So in table 1 I have null value. In table 2 I don't have any null value. You can see here. Okay, I will execute both at a time. So we'll get query result 1, query result 2. So in query result 1 we have test 1 table data. So here you can see null value, and in table 2 we don't have any nulls. So if you perform the inner join, then what will be the output? So here you can see there is no null value is coming in the inner join. If you perform the left outer join, so null value is coming, so the values which are there in the left side, all values it got displayed, and we have null value also, right? So for that there is no value in the right side table, right? So it got normally it will give null if we don't have any matching value for the left side table, so that's why it's giving null. For same third element also, third value also, there is no value in the right side table, so it got null. If we perform the right outer join, same thing, vice versa, like we don't have sorry, normally we don't have any null value in the right side table, right? So all the values which are there in the right side table, it got displayed, and for fourth one there is no null, there is no value in the table, left side table, that's why we got null value. So if we perform the full outer join, then you can see in left side we have null value, right? So it got null again in the right side, and for the third value, same thing, like we have third value in the left side table, and we don't have any value in the right side table, that's why we got the null. Same thing for 4 also, in right side table we have 4 value, and we don't have any value in the left side table, that's why we got the null value here. But the specially what we have added, that null value it is giving again null, so only one record we are getting for that specially added null value. but here we have to remember, like if we perform the inner join, if we have any null values, it won't get it won't get in the output. Now I'm going to add one more null value in the table 2 also. So I have added another one more null value in table 2 also. Like in table 1 we have one null value, and in table 2 also we have another null value. So this is the table 1 result, so we have null, and in table 2 also we have null. Now we perform the different types of joins on this. So if you see, for inner join we don't get any null value records here. In left outer join we got null for left side record, so there is no matching, right? So in right side it got displayed null. Same thing in right side also. For right side null record we got the values, because we are performing the right outer join, right? So whatever the values is there in the right side table, for those values, if we have a matching in the left side table, then we got that values, and if we don't have any matching, then it will display the null. So it is not displayed the null value which is there in the left side I mean null record which is there in the left side table. So only one record which is there in the right side table, that is it got displayed here. So if we perform the right outer join, I mean full outer join, then both records, like whatever there in the left side null record and whatever there in the right side null record, both it got displayed here. Hi guys, in this video I am going to cover few more SQL questions which they are asking in the Informatica interview. So the first question is display the employee ID and employee name, senior manager and senior manager name in the employee table. So the table is like this. Sorry. Uh, so my employee table will be like this. If you see what are the columns, we have employee ID, employee name and manager ID. So employee ID, for employee ID 101, the employee name will be Surya, and the manager for him is, manager ID is 10. So 10 is nothing but, here you can see who is having the employee ID has 10, Srinu. So Srinu is the manager for Surya, and for him again another manager will be there. The I mean for Srinu, the manager will be Balaya. You see here manager ID for Srinu is 1 and the employee ID 1, his name is Balaya. So for Surya, Balaya is the senior manager. Manager is the senior manager. So now we need to display in our select query employee ID, employee name and his senior manager, his senior manager ID and senior manager name. So this is the result we need to get. For this we need to write the select query like this. Here you can see. So what I have done, first I am displaying employee ID, employee name. Okay, t1 dot employee ID and t1 dot employee name. And now manager ID, we don't need this manager ID. Now we need senior manager ID and senior manager name. So how we will get? So if you take this is the example for first record I am telling. So manager ID is 10. Now this I'm going to join, self join this manager ID. I'm going to join with employee ID. Okay, so if 10 is there in this employee ID, then I need to get manager ID. Okay, so this is the senior manager ID. So I'm going to display t2 dot manager ID. Okay, so you can see here first join I'm going to keep t1 dot manager ID equals to t2 dot employee ID. Here t1 and t2 is just I'm giving the aliases for employee table, so this is called self join. So I'm for the same table I'm just giving t1 and t2 aliases, and I'm keeping the join on same table, but t1 dot manager ID I'm in the first record. Okay, this manager ID I'm going to join with employee ID. Okay, if it's found, then it will return manager ID. I'm just displaying this senior manager ID, t2 dot manager ID, and then again I need senior manager name also. Okay, I got senior manager ID. Now again I'm going to join t2 dot manager ID with t3 dot employee ID. Again another join. You can see here I'm taking another alias t3. So just I'm going to join again t2 dot manager ID equals to t3 dot employee ID. If it is there, then this condition is satisfied. If the 1 equals to 1, then I'm just displaying t3 dot employee name. Here you can see in select query I'm just writing in select t3 dot employee name. Okay, yeah, this is the query you need to follow, okay, to display the senior manager names. I'm just running this one. So the output will be like this. You can see employee ID, employee name, and the first trigger you can see 101 Surya. For him who is the manager, senior manager, ID will be 1 and the Balaya. Correct, right? So the output will be correct. Like this for all the records which are having senior managers, for the all the employees who is having the senior managers, those records is going to display. If they don't have any senior manager, then they are not, it's not going to display here. For Balaya is the senior manager, and for him there is no senior manager because he is only the senior manager. So that's why it's not repeating here. I mean it is not giving the output of Balaya here. Okay, just Balaya record because he don't have any senior manager. The next question is I have a sales table like this. So I have employee ID, commission date, and amount. These are the fields in this table. And now what we have to display top 2 commission getting employees in a particular month and in a particular calendar year. Okay, so we need to display top 2 commission getting employees in month and year wise. Okay, so this is the data, right? So first what I will do means I will write one select query to getting this employee ID, and in this commission date just only the month and year, because we don't require the date because they are only asking based on the month and year. Okay, and amount. So this is the select query I have written. So I'm giving for the select query alias is a. So I'll just sorry I'll just select this query and I will show you what is the output. So see this employee ID and month and year, because I'm just taking here the logic is like in toChar I'm just passing the commission date column, and in that I'm just only selecting month and year. So I'm giving that result name column name as month and year. So same thing it is displaying in this output month and year, and same amount also I'm taking from sales. So only in this query the change is this part. I'm just taking only month and year from the commission date. I'm eliminating the date. And now on this query I'm keeping another one more query to get the count. Like I'm selecting all the fields in this below query, and I'm keeping one more count column here. So count is nothing but I'm taking row num function, and in that over partition by I'm giving month and year, because we required month and year wise employee names who are getting um, top two commissions. Okay, so here amount I'm taking commission amount because we need top two amounts, right? So I'm just keeping in DESE, so it will display in highest amount in first for that particular month and year. Likewise it is in descending order, it will show the results for amount. So I will execute this one also, so that you can understand what these two inner queries will give. So you can see employee ID, month and year, and the amount, and the count. Count is nothing but row num. Instead of row number you can use the rank also. And here you can see how it is giving. It is giving monthly wise. So first amount is displaying in the descending order. So 2000 for this August and 2020. um, in for these are the till here, um, 3000. So till here this is the result, I mean amounts of August 2020 year. And for these you can see amounts we are getting in the descending order, and the counts it is giving 1 2 3 4 5 6. And for June 2020, these only two records we have. So these two employees, see again the salary is in descending order, three highest will be first. So and again the count they are we are getting again from starting 1 2. Okay, and again for this is because of we given the partition by here in month and year. So because of that again it is giving the count for every month and every year. Okay, so again 1 2 it is giving. So likewise it will display, but we need only top two commission getting employee names. So here I'm just giving the filter b dot count less than or equals to 2. So only less than or equals to 2, I mean 1 2 top two records we used to get. If you so you can see here for August 2020 top 2, and 2020 and June 2020 top 2, and September 2020 top 2. So like this we have to write the query. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any comments, please mention in the comment box. In this video, I am going to explain how to get the first and last record of a table. This is very most important Informatica interview question. Why I am saying this is most important for Informatica interview means this is SQL question only, but the thing is, if you go for any Informatica interview, then the interviewer mostly touches the concepts of data warehouse, SQL and Informatica. Then sometimes they will ask unique questions also. That's why I'm just giving the important questions on overall overall concepts, all the technologies like SQL, Unix, data warehouse and Informatica. So this is one of the most important SQL Informatica interview question. So in this video I also going to cover another Informatica interview question, nothing but SQL only. So what is the difference between union and union all set operators? So this is one of the most another Informatica interview question which I have faced many times if I go any interview. So now you can see my screen, right? So here the first select query which I have written, which I have highlighted here, this is for to get the first record of a table. Okay, so how I am writing this one: select star from table name where row num equals to 1. So if you perform select star from table name, it will gives all the values of all the records of your table, in which way we have inserted, in that same way it will display. Okay, so we are not performing any group by or order by to change the order, or we are not performing any filter conditions to change order or to skip the order, to skip the records. Nothing we are doing, just we are performing select star from table name. So whatever the records there in the your table, same records it will display, in which order we have inserted in the table, in the same order it will display. Okay, next I'm adding the filter where row num equals to 1. This row num is one of the pseudo column. Internally database it will operate, it will create this a column for every result set of a select statement. Every result set of a select statement, internally database only it will create this column, and it will give the sequence for every record. Okay, it will store the sequence of every record of a select statement. So if I have a table, in the table I have 20 records, then if I performing select star from table name, then it will gives the 20 records, right? So for the 20 records it will give the row num value, it will stores the sequence for every record. No, this column, if suppose I have a first record in my select statement, for that select statement the first record it will give row num equals to 1, and if for second record it will give row num equals to 2, and for third record it will give row num equals to 3. Likewise, how many records we have? 20 records. For this 20 records it will give sequence incrementing by 1 for every record. Okay, so I am selecting here row num equals to 1, so it will give the first record of a table. The first record of a table it will display. Now I want the last record of a table. How I am going to do? So I have written one select subquery. Here you can see select star from table name, order by row num DESC. So here I am just giving row num value in descending order. Okay, if suppose I have a 20 records, means the last record we want to display first. Okay, so likewise last second record it will display as a second record in this result set, in this select query, and the third last, I mean from last to third record it will display as a third record in the select query, because we are just reversing the order. Last record it will display first, and the next last record it will display as a second record. The next last record it will display as a third record. Likewise we are just changing the order. I mean we are just giving in descending order the row num value, so it will display in likewise from last to first. After that I'm just I'm passing these results. I mean after we are reversing this record order, I'm just passing this select query result to another select query. So what it will do, it just taken this records and it will display, but I have given the filter like where row num equals to 1. Again it will take the first record of that result set, is nothing but the last record we'll get uh, in this subquery as a first record, right? So the last record will be the first record if you perform this subquery select statement. So in that it will go to pick first record, because we are giving row num equals to 1. So for this select statement, again it will whatever the results we get, for that again it will give the row num value from 1 to 20. So the last record row num value will be 1 now. So we'll get the last record here if you perform this both subquery and main query. If you perform both select statements, if you query the both select statements, main and subquery, then we'll get the last record of a table. Now what I am doing, I need both records, first and last record we have to display. So I am performing union all operator. This is one of the set operator in Oracle, and union, no, this what it will do means, first I'll explain union all. What it will do means, it just gives the whatever the results which we got in the first select query, that result it is combining with the second select query result. So it will just merge the both query results, both the first and second query results it will display. But if we use union, if we use instead of union all, what it will do, it will first what it will do, the first whatever we got this result for first select statement, that that result set it is just going to combine with the second result set of a records. Okay, so it will just combine it, and then internally database what it will do, it performs the sorting on both result sets. So what will happen, if suppose in first result set I have a record with value 1, and in second record also I have a in second result set also I have a record with same value 1. These two are duplicate records, right? So if you perform the sorting, it will get next, I mean both will get one by one, right? If suppose the first record it is having the duplicates in the second result set, then it will display in the second row, right? Second record as a second record. So it will check like the first record is same with the next record of that record. Okay, if I have a first record, then it will just check with the next record, is it duplicate record or not, because we are performing sorting, right? So if you perform the sorting, if we have any duplicates, it will come one by one. So next record, if it is a duplicate one, it just ignore the second record, and again it will just check the third record. Okay, if it's not a duplicate one, then it will just removes I mean, if it's not duplicate one, then it will display the third record, and again the third record, whatever there, that is again it will just check with the next record. No, because it is not a duplicate record, right? So the third record is not duplicate, second record is duplicate, so it will just ignore it. And next, if it's not a duplicate record, then the third record it will take, and it will compare with the next record, the fourth record. So if fourth record is duplicate one, then it will ignore, and it will go and check with the fifth record. If fifth record is also, if fifth record is also a duplicate one, then it will ignore it, and it will go for the sixth record. So the comparison is between third and sixth record. Now the sixth record is not a duplicate. Okay, then it will display the third record, and next it comes to the sixth record, and sixth record it is going to perform again comparison for next record. The sixth record it is going to compare with the again seventh record. If seventh record is not a duplicate record, just then it will display the sixth record, and it will compare the second record with again with the eighth record. No, eighth record is duplicated one, then it will skip the eighth record, and it will display seventh record. Sorry, it will skip the eighth record, and it will go for the check with ninth record. If ninth record is duplicated one, then it will skip the ninth one also. It will go for comparison with again 10th one. If 10th one is not duplicated one, then it will display the sixth record, and it will go for the 10th record, and it will check with remaining, likewise next. Likewise, it will display the result set. So what at the end, what we'll get, the duplicated records it will remove. Just one time it will display. If we have a duplicate records also, it will just display one time. It will get only unique values. It will not it will not just display the non-duplicated records. It will just display the duplicated records also, but if we have a multiple times, it just display one time only. Okay, this is the most important SQL Informatica interview question. Please remember it. The main difference between union and union all is, if you perform union all, then it will display the all the result sets of both queries, but it will not remove the duplicate records. If we have, it will just display as it is how many times we get the duplicated records in both result sets, that many times it will display it. But when you use union, it just display all the records, but if we have any duplicated records, it just display only one time. It will not display how many times it occurs in result sets. Got it? It will display the duplicate values but one time. And if you want to perform same thing in Informatica, how you will do? We have a union transformation. If you want to use union transformation, then what it will do, it just perform like union all. It will just perform like union all by default if you use union transformation in Informatica. If you want to perform union all, if you want to perform union operator in Informatica, like same how we are doing here in database, same wise if you want to get the records for union, then how you have to do is you have to select the distinct option in union transformation in Informatica. There will be an option will be there in union transformation properties. So you, if you select that distinct option, then it will perform as like union in database.
Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to run Unix commands in your Windows without using putty. So this is Sigwin is Sigwin is a software you can download from sigwin.com install.html. This is the link. So from here just download this Sigwin app, and then it will give like this an icon. So after installing everything, if you just click on this, you can see is the my root directory. So I'm just showing some basic commands now. So lsltr to show the list of files. So I have only one directory, just I have created now after downloading this. Today only I also downloaded this. I am just starting analyzing how it is working. So it's working fine. So I'm going to this sample directory. It's my directory in this path. So I'm in sample directory path, and now I'm going to create one file. So sample touch sample, it will just create a file without having any data. If you see lsltr, so it is giving my file with sample, and you can see here I have only few permissions, not full permissions. The first one is it's showing it's not a directory because it's giving empty blank here. And then R means read, W means write, and execute means X. So here for first three permissions is for owner, and next three R, W, X it should be, but only I have read permission. This is for group, and another three RWX if you have another three indicates for others. So I want to give a full permission to my file. For that I am using chmod. So chmod 777 means it's a full permissions I am giving: read, write, and execute. For read it's 4, and for write it's 2, and for write it is 1. Okay, sorry, for execute it's 1. So total 7. So I am giving 777. So it's for owner I am giving full permissions, group I am giving full permissions, and others I am giving full permissions. So chmod 77 and sample, it's my file name. So I am giving full permissions to my file. Okay, and now you can check the permissions lsltr. Here you can see rwx, rwx, rwx. For 3 I am giving full permissions. And now I wanna give, suppose I have another file, touch sample 2. I'm creating another file. Okay, now lsltr. See, now I wanna give, oh sorry, I have given space after sample. It is taking into another file name. So I'll delete this file with having 2. Okay, so rm is the command to delete the file. Now check this 2, this is the file created right with name 2, so that is going to delete now. Let's see lsltr. So there is no file with 2. Now I'm going to create a touch file again with sample 2. I'm not giving any space between the sample and 2. If you give like this, you can see above it's created a file with only 2. Now lsltr, if you see, I have 2 files, sample and sample2. Now if now I wanna give permissions to all files in my directory in single shot. So what is the command means? Same, chmod 77 and star, sorry, chmod, I have given wrong, chmod 77 star. Yes, it's executed successfully. Let's see. Here I have given, for 2 files I have given 777. So this is the command, remember it, because every time we cannot go for a single file to give permissions for one file. If suppose the requirement is like in one in one folder we have multiple files at a time, if you wanna give permissions, then this is the command, chmod 77 star. And you can keep here folder also, like a full path of the folder. So whatever files in that path, for all the files you can give the full permissions, you can give the permissions to all files in that path. And my requirement is like, in this sample directory I have another folder, with I'll give folder 1. Okay, this is the name. Sorry, to create the folder, mkdir is the command. So I'm going to create another subfolder in sample directory, that is I'm giving some folder 1, that is the name. Okay, so now check lsltr. Okay, here it's created folder 1. To identify either this is folder or a file, here is, you can see in the starting it's mentioning like d. So d is the command, d is the property to show this is the directory or a file. If d is mentioned in the starting, then it is a folder. Okay, it is a directory, and remaining these 2 are files. Now my requirement is, I'm going to this folder, cd folder 1. So here I'm going to create another file, sample 3. Okay, so another file also I'm going to give sample 4. I'm going to create here, so lsltr, you can see here. Okay, now I am coming out from this folder. Now I am in the main folder, sample directory. I have a requirement like all the files and subdirectory files also, like whatever there in this directory, for all files and subdirectories and files, they have, you have to change the permissions at one time. So the command is chmod hyphen capital R 77 star. If you see here now lsltr, can see folder 1 is there with full permissions, and all sample files, whatever the files in this directory, it's having full permissions now. And I'm going to the subdirectory, cd folder 1. So here also you can see full permissions to these files. So all the files, all the directories in that directory, I have given full permissions. Okay, This is R means recursive, means inside if you have any subfolders, in that subfolders if you have any files like recursively, it will give all, for all the files it will give the permissions. Okay, now I'm in the subfolder, okay, subdirectory. Now touches the command, it's just create the file without content, like without any a text or anything. It's nothing, just 0 bytes. 0 bytes it will create. You can see here it's 0 bytes. So now my requirement is I need to create something in the file, like what is the command means is go to vi. So I'm creating another file, sample4, vi sample4. Oh sorry, here it's vi is not working here. uh, okay, it's working. Vim also we can use, but vi it's working. So let's see. uh, this is the editor. So here you can give just again, dd is the command. You can so I'm giving some text like cccc. If you click on I, then it will give insert. So you can insert something text and all. And if you wanna save, give escape colon, and here it will come in the down. You can see you can give wq so that it will save. So lsltr. So this is the sample 4, and you can see the content of sample 4. Then you can give cat command, so it will show you what is the content in that sample 4 file. Now you understood, right, how to give the I mean how to write the content in the file. So that is like, if you give vi file name, then it will create a new file. If it's not existed, if it's there, it's just open one vi editor. So in one editor, so in that you can give, you can modify anything, you can insert anything. After then, to come out that and you wanna save, then you need to give escape colon wq. So it will save whatever the changes you have done, and come out. And if you wanna see that content, you need to use the cat command. So cat of that file name, then it will display the what is there in that file on your console. And one more thing I just wanna tell you, like if you don't wanna change the data, like sorry, in the file, if you are doing something changes, and if you don't wanna save that changes, then you just come out of like colon q q what is called exclamatory, yeah, that is the one. So I'll show you that one also. I'm going to that folder again. um, Sample 4. Okay, here C is there, right? So I'm clicking I, so it is going to insert mode. Now I'm going to change first as B. I'm coming here, and I don't wanna save the first line with B, so I am going to give just exclamatory q exclamatory. So it's coming like this. Now give cat of sample 4. See here, the first line it is showing again C only. So my changes has not saved. And now what I need to show you is, now I'm going out from this folder. cd dot dot is the command to come out from one step of the folder. Now I'm giving lsldr. So here my requirement is now show the only the folders, not remaining like files. So how you will list that? So lsldr, pipe is the symbol to send one command output to another command. So grep is the one command. So in that I am searching only starting with D. So cap of D I am giving. So here you can see in the above, here for folders it's giving D, right, for as directory in the properties. So lsldr, if you give this, is it is display this like this, and this input I mean output I'm passing to grep command. It will search only starting with D. So only this folder one is going to give. So only folders if you want to display, then you need to use this command. See here. So remaining files it is not giving, only the folders it is giving. Now if you wanna display anything on console, then you need to use echo. Suppose echo my name is Kirti. See, my name is Kirti is printed. So if you wanna print anything, then you need to give echo command, like it's printf in C, like that you can print anything on console. So now you understood like how to create the file, how to write the body in the file, and how to display the content, and how to give the file permissions, how to create the directory, and how to remove the files, and how to list the files, how to list the directories only, and how to give the file permissions recursively to the recursively, like in subfolders also. Yeah, so I'll show you remaining. These are the basics, so I'll show you remaining things in the next session. So keep watching, and if anybody is not subscribing my channel, please subscribe it for future videos. Hi guys, how are you? I hope all are well. Today I am going to show you few more Unix based commands which are very important for Informatica interview, because if your source will be a file, definitely these commands are very basic commands you need to use. You need to work on these commands. So please watch it till the end, because definitely you are going to get one question from this video if your source will be a flat file. So last time I have explained sequin app and basic commands. So this is sample directory is my folder. So I'm going to see what are the files in this folder. So folder 1, sample 2, sample. This is folder 1 is the folder, sample 2 is the file, sample is the file. Okay, now I'll see what is the data in sample 2. So my name is Kirti, and it's a sample file. This is the data which is having in sample 2. So I'll see in sample also what is the data. So same data is there. Now if you wanna see multiple files data at a time, then what is the command means more. So more sample star I am giving pattern. So whatever the files which is having which is beginning with sample, then those file data it is going to display here. See, so sample is the file, and in that my name is Kirti, it's the sample file. This is the first file, it is displaying with file name and the data here. It is separating here, you can see these dotted lines. And now I'm here in down, you can see more. Again, if you enter, then it is going to show sample2 also, second file, and it is having my name is Kirti, same, it's a sample file. This is the data. So like this, if you use more command, then you can see multiple what we call multiple files data at a time. And now I want to see more star. So first one is the folder one directory. So second one, if you enter again, then it is giving sample, and in that the data, and sample2 in that data. So here more star means whatever the files which are there in this folder, all files data it will show. Star is nothing but it's like all. So we are not giving any specific name, just we are giving star means all the files data it is going to display. Just if you enter, then one by one it will show. And now my requirement is, so in sample2 I have one line, right? So that line, the data sample2 file data, total sample2 file data, I want to append to the sample file. So what is the command? Means cat is the command. So sample2 file, I'm going to append to sample1 sample, sorry. So now I'm in enter. So this is the arrow mark, you can see two arrow marks here. This is like appending. For appending operation we use this one. So now sample2 file data is going to append sample file data from the end, like sample it will append at the end of the sample file data. So if you see this data of sample, so see, two lines we have. Earlier we have only one line, now two lines we have. It's just appended for first ending of sample file data, it's appended sample2 data at the ending of the sample file data. I just increased the font here, so now I think people can able to see clearly. So where we are, so clear is the command to clear the screen, okay. And now lsltr, and here we have sample2, right? Sample2. Now I'm going to see what is the data in sample and sample2. Okay, now my requirement is to instead of Deepti I need Kirti here, okay. Now the command is sed I, and here I'm going to give as in means substitute. What is that? Deepti, right? So Deepti I'm going to substitute with Kirti. So wherever Deepti is there it should show, it should replace with Kirti. So this is the one. So I'm going to give file pattern here, sample star. So wherever the file begins with sample, all in that file's data it is going to replace. Okay, you can give, instead of sample star, you can give one file name also, but I am giving for pattern. So all the files which is begin with all the file name with begin with sample, in that file content it is going to search with Deepthi. If it's there, it is going to replace with Kirti. Now I am going to see the data. More sample star. See here, Deepthi, here it's in beginning it's there with Deepthi. Now here it's replaced with Kirti in all two files. Wherever Deepthi is occurred, then at that place it's replaced with Kirti. Now SCDI of S, I am giving capital D, sorry, capital K, already we are replaced with, right? So capital K in Kirti, and I am going to replace with Deepthi. We'll see this command is going to work or not for case sensitive. So wherever Kirti will be there, it should replace with Deepthi. But here I have given capital K because we'll see like it will work or not. So see, here it is not replaced with Deepthi, so this is not case sensitive. Now if you want like this, like whatever it will be, like it's uppercase or lowercase, whatever it will be occurred in the a file, all the places it should replace means, then you need to use SCDI of S Kirti, capital K I'll give, Kirti replaces with Deepthi, and here you need to give with I, so it will ignore the sensitive, case sensitive. So now I am going to see, I have right already, yeah, it's replaced with Deepthi. See, now it's replaced with Deepthi, all files. So like some more SAD options. So now first of all I wanna check in which directly currently I'm working. So pwd is the command. So here you can see the path where we are working. In this folder we are now currently. So I want to see what are the files here. lsltr. So big file, I wanna show you what is there in the big file. Cat of big file, so nothing is there. So I wanna create some data in the big file. So I use the command to write something, insert mode, and Hitesh, Veena, Bharati, Nikita, and Bekhan, Bhavani, and Surya, Pittu. So these are the lines I have inserted. So WQ, then it will save, and I'm coming out now. Cat of big file, what are there? So if you wanna print with line numbers, then you have to give cat -n and file name. So you can see the lines with the line numbers. And now I wanna show you how to print the lines, only specific lines. Like this is the very important Informatica interview question, and I also faced many times. So SED -n 1p, and the file name is big file. So if you see the first line, it has printed. If you give 1 means first line, it is going to print. And if you want to print from 1 to 4, then you have to give 1 comma 4 here. See, this is the Kirti, Geeta, Hitesh, Veena. So the 4 lines it got printed. Now I want only for 2 5, then it will print like this. So the range you can give, and one line also, if you want single line, then you can give only the NP, like n is nothing but line number. And yeah, this is the one. And now I wanna show you like how to delete the line from the file. So SED I, you have to use I is nothing but, if you want to delete anything from the source file, you need to give I. If you will not give I option, it will just show here, but it will not delete in the source file. So now I want to delete fourth line. So I need to give like this, big file. So the fourth line is Veena here. If you see, cat command is there. Veena has deleted. Now I want to delete the last line. So you have to give SEDI $D. $D means the footer, last line in the file it is going to delete. Now I wanna see the output. You can see the bit 2 here, it's there, 9th line. After we are deleting the footer with this command, there is no bit 2 in this file, only 8 lines is there. Now I want to delete first line and third line. So you have to give semicolon middle, and have to give 3D. Okay, now you can check what is there. First line is Kirti, third line is Hitesh. These are going to I think these are deleted. You see here the Hitesh line is not there, and the first line Kirti is not there, so it's deleted the third line. Now I want to delete only last line, footer header I want, and remaining I don't want. All the lines except the header part, I mean first line, except first line, everything I want to delete. Then you have to use, one is nothing but first line, I mean exclamatory you have to use, and D. So in the middle you just need to give exclamatory. So now except first line, everything is going to delete. So I'll show you cat command again. So only the first line is there, remaining everything has deleted. Same thing for any other line also, like third line, if you want to delete, you have to give here 3 exclamatory D, and if you want to delete the last line, then you have to give dollar instead of 1 you have to give dollar and exclamatory NT. Yeah, this is with sed command. And now I want to show you few more commands also. I'll show you. So I'm again copying all these things because it's deleted, right? So I'm going to create already it's there, so I'm just going to append this data again. So Kirti remaining all Gita is in the last now. So okay, now I'm going to dd is the command you have when you want to delete the line in the vi editor. So I'm saving this. And okay, now I want to show you like you wanna print only five lines in the character in the file, 5 lines, then you have to use head command. So this is the one, and you want to print the last 5 lines or something, then you have to give like this. So I'm printing last 5 lines. If you want last one line, then you can give tile of big file, tile 1 of big file, only last line it is going to print. So this is the one. The same question, if by using head and tile, how you can print only the required line in the middle lines. Like I want the 5th line. So how you can do that? Only 5th line I want to print. So I have cd5 of big file, and so it will print first 5 lines. I'm going to give to tile this input. Output I'm going to give to tile. So in tile I'm going to print only one record. So first 5 records is going to pass to tile. In tile I'm just I'm just printing last line. If you see tile of -1, so Kirti, Geeta, Hitesh, Veena, Bharati, this is the 5th line. So till this it will pass to tail, and in tail it will pick only the last record. So if you can see, Bharati is the 5th line. So if you see, all that it's there, right? Yes. If you see, 5th line is Bharati. So I wanna print 5th line, then you have to give here. If you wanna print a particular line, that line in the head you have to pass, and tile of -1 is this is like last one if you wanna print. So this is the command. Like this also you can print the particular line. Now I wanna show how to rename the file. So lsldr here, big file is there. So I just wanna rename this one with some other name. So what is the command? Move is the command we can use, mv, and I just want to rename this file with some other name, like new file. I'm giving file name as new file. So lsldr, you can see new file, and the data also going to copy. Yeah, just if the file is not there, then it will create one file with new file. If you use the MV, if a file is there, just it will copy the content of big file in this another, I mean already existed file. Suppose now I have a new file. This is now I have created, right? So this file I'm going to copy this file content into the big file. So the already it's there, the file content, if it's there, it is going to replace with the new file content in the big file. If you see now, empty new file. So now I'm going to give big file cat of big file C. Now whatever in the new file, it's going to transfer to the big file. Already the file is there in the folder, just it will copy the content of new file into the big file. If it's not there, it's going to create new one, and it will delete the new file, and after transferring it. So this is nothing but renaming if the file is not there. Now I'll see new file is there or not. It should not be. You can see after transferring the content to the big file, after moving everything to the big file, the new file, this file which we have sent already previously existed, that file is going to delete. Now I want to copy this file, big file, big file from this directory to another directory. Now currently in which directory I am there? Folder 1. So now I'll show you in which directory I am there. This is the directory. Now I want to copy this big file from here to this only sample directory folder. So currently I am in folder 1, so I am going to keep this file into sample directory. So cp is the command for copy. So big file, this is the file I am going to copy from here to and this folder. Folder 1, it's now we are in folder now. So sample directory also I'm creating this file. lsldr, it's there because we have done only cp, so it will not delete. If we do mv, then it will delete this file here and it will move this file to that particular destination folder. Now I am coming out from this folder 1. So currently I am in sample directory. Now we'll see it's created or not. You can see the big file, it's copied here in this folder. Now I want to rename this with some big file 1. So now I'll see, say big file 1. Now I wanna move this big file 1 to this folder 1. There is this folder, complete folder. Yes, this is the folder. Now I wanna copy to this move this big file 1 to this directory. I wanna use move command. Let's see what will happen. So this is the source file. I'm going to keep in this folder now. So I'm using move. Now you can see this file will not be there in this current folder, it has moved to that folder. Now I'm going to the destination folder, folder 1, so cd 1 lsltr. If you see here, big file 1 has created, and in the source directory it has deleted, and in the target directory it has created. So this is the difference between mv and copy. Exited the command to exit from this window. Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to work with grep command and how to delete the directories and how to create a multiple files at a time and how to copy the folders and how to remove the directories recursively. All this stuff today I'm going to discuss here, and I'll show you how to do that practically, so watch till the end. So currently I am in the folder sample directory, so I'm going to see what are the files and folders having. So lsltr is the command to list the folders and files. So here if you see here, it started with D. So folder 1 is the directory and remaining 3 files are sample to sample, sample 3 are the files. And now I wanna show you like how you will see in the list using pattern. So lsltr will give the file list, and in that file list I want to search with some pattern in the file name. Like I have, you can see here sample, sample 3, sample 2 I have, right? So sample is the common, so I am giving sample pattern. I mean wherever in the file name the sample is there, it is going to give. So here see, the folder 1 it is not displayed, only sample 2, sample, sample 3 is displayed. So here sample is the common word in this file, so it search with sample in this file list, so it's given like that. The pipe symbol is to pass the output of one command to another command. We are using this pipe symbol here. And now I wanna search in this file with some pattern. Suppose we'll see what is the data in sample 2. So KP is the name we have. So my name is KP, it's a sample file. Now I'm going to search in this file with the word KP. So grep is we are using for case sensitive, it will ignore. Suppose now I am going to give here capital K. Here you can see in the file we have small Kirti, I mean all are small letters. Now I am going to give capital K is the capital here. Now you can see grep of, I'm going to see in the file content, so I am giving the file here. So in the sample2 file my name is Kirti is there. So in this line whatever here it's displayed, in this line Kirti is there, and here I have given I. So because of I am giving here capital K also, it is taking this pattern because it ignored the case. Even upper characters, small characters, anything, lower characters, anything if you will give here, it will consider and it will search for that pattern. And now grep I is like that. And now I don't want the files sorry. Now I want to display the line numbers also, in which line we have this pattern, this keyword kirti. So you have to give grep I n is for to print the line number, in which line number this keyword is there, whichever we are searching. Okay. So now I am giving kirti and sample 2. Okay. So you can see in the first line itself kirti is there, so it's giving line numbers also. And now I want to see in different files, not only this file. I want to see in multiple files. Then you have to give star here. So you can see here, the first one is the folder in this sample directory, so it's just giving like it is a directory. And in sample file, in the first line kirti has occurred, so it is giving first line kirti keyword is there. In the second line, the total line it is displaying here, kirti name is there. And in 8th line kirti name is there in that sample file. And in sample 2 file, again in the first line name, I mean this keyword, the pattern is there. Okay. And now I want to highlight the keyword where it is there. Here you can see it's giving all the lines, so I'm just curiously see where this keyword is present in that line, particular place. So you have to give grep I and you have to give color. I think here you have to give like this, and pattern we have to give this kirti is the keyword I am searching in this files. So if you see here, it's highlighting my name. Whatever we are searching here, that is the name, it is highlighting in these lines. And even the file names also it is giving in the color and line numbers also. So like this you can highlight where the keyword is existed in this line. And now I want to search the file content, I need the line numbers where this kirti word is not there in that line. So this is if what the lines which are not existed this keyword, that lines I need now. So I have to give grep I and v is the option, so it will just I am giving color and kirti star I am giving. So you can see in sample 3 folder, in sample in the third line there is nothing, so this pattern is not there, the kirti is not there, and this keyword is not there. In sample 4th line the keyword is not there, 5 keyword is not there, and 6 keyword is not there, 7 and sample 3 also. Like this it is displaying wherever you are not seeing the kirti in that line, wherever it's not existed that keyword in that line, those lines only it is displaying. And here the file names also giving and line numbers also giving. Now I want to search now I wanna show you how to search even in folders also. Like suppose if you see here lsldr in folder 1, right now if we are using like this grep inv color kit like this, if we are using, just it is looking for this whatever the files in this folder only, for that in that files only it is searching that keyword. Now in folder 1 also we have some files, like we'll see folder 1 what are the files we have, we'll see now. So sample 3, sample 4, big file 1. So these are the files in the folder 1. So in these files also I wanna see that the keyword is there or not. So how we will look that, I will show you. So I'm coming out for the from folder 1 folder 1 folder, and now I'm in the sample directory only. lsldr, so this is the folder 1 we have. In that also I have some files. In that, even in that files also I wanna search Kirti keyboard is there or not. So recursively how we will search grep I, already we have this command, right? I just wanna use that command with. So here I'm just giving R also. So R means recursively. So here you can see folder 1 big file. I mean in the subfolder also we have files, right? So in that also it's displaying is the folder 1 big file. In that folder 1 big file we have like this. So wherever it is not having Kirti, in that files also it is showing. So because we are using V, now I wanna search with Kirti, only those lines I need. So you can see in big file Kirti is there in the first line, and in the sample. So in subfolders also it is searching, and in this current folder files also it is searching. Okay, this is grep command. Now I want to show you how to create multiple files using touch. So I just want to create some files in this folder, multiple files without any data. Then how you can create? Touch is the command. So already sample is there. So sample 3, sample 4, sample 5. I'm giving 3 files I'm going to create. So let's see. Sample 3, 4, 5 with 0 byte. Sample 3 I think already existed, that's why it's not created again. And 4 and 5 it's created with 0 byte. Touch is just create the file. It will we don't have any content, right? If we wanna write some content, then use VI editor and give some content in that file. Now I wanna show you how to copy folder. So usually to copy the file we use cp command, right? Now we'll check for folder also it will work or not. So I have folder 1 in this, right? So now I want to create one more folder with cp command. Like folder 1 I am going to copy to the folder 2. Even folder 2 also not there, just it will create if it's not there. See here it's not creating because folder 1 we have files, right? So it is not creating. If there is no files, then it will create. So for this to copy event files also in that folder to another folder, so you have to use R means recursive, so it is very powerful. So folder 2 I am giving. Now lsltr will check folder 2 has created. Yes, folder 2 is created, and lscp folder 2 lsltr. See, here you can able to see the files also in folder 2. It is copied from folder 1. And now I wanna delete now folder 2, whatever I have created now, that folder I just wanna delete. Then usually what is the command for delete the file? Rm is the command. So here rmdir is the command to delete the directory. But if that is if you don't have any files in the folder, then only it will be deleted. See here, rmdir failed to remove folder 2. Directory is not empty because we have files in that folder 2 directory. That's why rmdir command is not working. For this, what is the solution? rm r means recursive. So again here in rm also I am using r command. I am giving folder 2. Now it's deleted. Let's check. See here in the folder 2 is deleted. If you use rm or even folder 2, if suppose in folder 2 we have another subfolder with folder 3, and in that also we have some files, that one also it's going to delete if you use rmr. So this is the command. What else I wanna show you? I forgot to show you one thing. So here suppose I wanna list only the directories, not the files. Then what is the command? lsltr grep can give cap. Where is this cap? Yes, cap. You have to give yes. Sorry, lsltr d you have to give, because in starting we have d, right? So this is the directory. So if you give d, then it will search with d. So the folders in this directory, it will display with d, right? D property, it means directory. So where whatever the directories it is there, it will display, because we are giving cap means it's beginning. The lines which are starting from beginning, which is having letter d, then those are displaying. So lsltr, these are the input for lsltr. I am passing output for this lsltr. In that the lines starting with d is this one only, because it's the directory. So it's just displayed here. Pipes, I already told you, pipe is the symbol to pass one command output to another command. This will take as an input. So this is the thing. I hope guys you understood the Unix commands. Earlier sessions also have explained all commands. Almost I have covered all the commands. So if anybody is not watched this earlier videos, I am going to keep those Links also in this video description. Just go and check if you wanna learn Unix. Yeah, thank you. Please subscribe if anybody is not subscribed my channel. Thank you so much.
Hi friends, today I am going to explain normalizer transformation in Informatica. Normalizer is an active and connected transformation. It is used to convert a single row into multiple rows and also vice versa. It is a smart way of representing your data in more organized manner. If in a single row there is repeating data in multiple columns, then it can be split into multiple rows. So normalizer, when we created the normalizer transformation, it will generate two automatic generated ports. One is GCID and GK. These ports I will explain after explaining one example, so you can easily understand what is GCID and what is GK. So I have a table, student table in my database, like student name. This first one is the source table. So it is having the columns like student name, year 1 marks, year 2 marks, year 3 marks and year 4 marks. In target I want like a student name as usual as it is in the target source, and instead of these four columns like marks columns, I am taking like year column and also marks column. So this Kirti record will generate in 4 times. So it will occur in 4 times, but every year the respective marks for that particular student. Like this I'm going to normalize the source table into target table like this. So same way whatever I have explained before, same like that I have created the source table here. You can see we have two records with the student name, year 1 marks and year 2 marks, year 3 marks, year 4 marks as columns. So I'm going to create a mapping. So this is the source I have imported in the mapping, and this is the same thing target table student normalizer I have given the target name. So same thing I have imported in the mapping. So to create the normalizer transformation, you have to go top here. You can see transformation tab. So you can click on create, then it will create one pop-up. Like in down you can see create transformation pop-up. So here you need to give the a normalizer transformation, and in down you have to give the a normalizer transformation name. So after if you click done, then it will create one normalizer transformation like this. So we have to create the ports here. Normally for every other transformations we can just drag and drop the a port, so we can drag and drop the ports, but here you need to manually create the ports for normalizer transformation, because we are going to give the occurrences here, right? So if you see here, I have created the two ports, a student name and also another one is marks. So for student, in target table we need only one occurrences, but for marks only we are going to take four occurrences, because for every year respective marks we are going to represent right in target. So every time, so marks will be the four times it is going to occur in the target. So that's why we are going to create we are going to give here occurrence as 4, and then click on OK button. So if you see here, the normalizer transformation, how it is going to create it. So here we have given one occurrences, right? So the input port, it is taken, it is given only one student name in, and for marks you can see four occurrences we have given, so four input ports it got created. And the student name and marks, these are the output ports, and this GK marks and GCID marks, I already told there will be two ports which will be automatically created when we create the normalizer transformation. So these GK marks and GCID are the two key ports. So I'll explain after generating the data in after generating the data in target. So you can easily understand by seeing that data what is GK and GCID. So here you can see in target I have created the sequence number GK extra port. This is not I have explained in the previous example. So this is just I have taken like just for to understand the GK GCID ports, what is the data it is going to populate in these ports. So that's why I have taken this extra port in target. Normally it is not required. So the student name, year, marks, these are what we have needed. For that mapping I have created one workflow and ran that workflow. So this is the target data. After running that workflow it got generated. So you can see here, this is the source data. For your sake I have taken, I am showing here again. So these we have two records as usual, when what I have explained previously. So here you can see this is the sequence number GK. For this port I have given the GK port, and for this year port I have given the GCID port. Now you can understand how it will work. So for student name, for every student we have year 1 marks, year 2 marks, year 3 marks, year 4 marks. So this GCID will create for every set of rows, it will create the sequence like multiple here you can see this Kirti is the incoming record, one record. It is going to generate 4 times here. So four multiple occurrences we can see here in the target. So for this 4 multiple occurrences it is given the sequence from starting from 1 2 3 4, and the same way for Chaitanya also it is generated 4 times, right? So 4 occurrences, for 4 occurrences again from starting with 1 it has given the sequence. Here you can see this GK port, it is given the sequence for every processed row in a target. So from 1 to 8 it has given how many records are generated. For every record it given the sequence continuously. And so you can see here, this first key we have the marks for first year marks, second year marks, third year marks, and fourth year marks. So this is how it is going to work, this normalizer transformation. So when the normalizer returns multiple rows from an incoming row, it returns duplicate data for a single occurring incoming columns. So here you can see this is the single occurring incoming column, but here this year marks will be the multiple occurrence column. So here if you see here, you can see this is the single occurrence column will have the duplicates in target. That's what I am saying here. This is the most important question in interview. Why normalizer transformation is an active transformation? The normalizer transformation is an active because that transforms one incoming row into multiple output rows. So the number of input rows not equals to the number of output rows. That's why it is an active transformation. So guys, I think you understood this normalizer transformation, how we are going to use this normalizer transformation. So if you like this video, please comment and subscribe here.
Today I'm going to create a simple Informatica PowerCenter mapping for a logic, how to remove the duplicates using sorted transformation. Let's go now. I have a contractors table in database with columns ID and name. Here I have inserted 4 records. In these first 2 records are the duplicate records having ID as 1 and name as Chaitanya. Now I am going to take this table as my source table. Next I am going to create our target table in database with the same structure as like our source table. I am giving the name of our target table as contractors target and the column names as ID and name. Let's execute this create query. Yes, executed successfully. Now let's check it once again, what is the data in the source table and what is the data in the target table by using select query. In source table we have 4 records. In these first 2 records are duplicates. In target table nothing is there. After our session execution, the target has to be with 3 records. The duplicate record with the ID 1 and the name as Chaitanya should not be inserted into our target table. Now let's create a mapping. First I am importing our source table structure into the sources from the database. So just go to the sources, go to the source window, and on top click on the sources option. Then select the option import from database. It is asking for the schema password, so I'm giving the schema password. So I'm selecting the table in that schema. So our source table is contractors. I'm clicking on OK by after selecting the contractors. So it created the structure of the source. Next I'm going to create a target table structure. So for this you have to go target designer window and go to the targets option on top. Click on it. It will open. It is asking for schema password again. I'm giving the password. I'm selecting the table, target table, and clicking the OK button. Now let's check it. The source table structure and target table structure are created in the respective folders or not. Yes, those are created. Now I'm going to create a mapping.
So go to the mapping designer. On top you can see the mappings tab. Click on it. Select the create option. Give the mapping name. I'm giving the mapping name as m underscore remove underscore duplicates underscore sorter. Now drag the target table structure into the mapping, and next drag the source table structure into the mapping. Next create the sorter transformation. So go to the transformation tab on top and click on it. Select the transformation type as a sorter. And give the name. I'm giving the name as srt underscore dupe underscore remove. Now connect the sorter ports from source qualifier. Next double click on sorter transformation. It will open one pop-up window. In this, go to the properties tab, and here you can see distinct option. Check on it, then select apply. Close the window. Next connect the output ports of sorter transformation to the target. Then save it. Now you can see it is a valid mapping. Now I am going to create a workflow for this mapping. So first go to the Informatica PowerCenter workflow manager window. So here you can see workflow designer. So click on it. Next you can see on top workflows tab. Go to the workflows tab and select create. So it will open one pop-up window. So here it is asking for the name. So you have to give the name. I'm giving workflow name as workflow underscore duplicate underscore removal underscore sorter. Then click on OK. Now I am going to create a session for this mapping. On top you can see tasks tab. So go to the tasks tab, click on it. You can see create option. Select create. It will open one pop-up window. So here you have to give the name of the session. I'm giving the name of the session as s underscore duplicate underscore removal underscore sorter. Click on create button. Next it will ask for the mapping. So select the mapping which we have created.
Next, select OK button. Now session is created. Link the session from start. Next, double click on session. So it will open one pop-up. Change the DB connection of sources and change the DB connection of targets. Next, save the session. And start the workflow. Now let's open Informatica PowerCenter workflow monitor. So here you can see our workflow is running. It got succeeded. Go to the source target statistics. You can see here in source qualifier the applied rows are 4 and the affected rows are 4. When it comes to the target, the applied rows are 3 and affected rows are 3. Means duplicate record removed. That's why it is showing 3 only. Now let's come to database. Now check here. So in source table we have a duplicate records. But when it comes to the target, we don't have any duplicate records. So guys, I hope you understood how to remove the duplicates by using sorted transformation.
To our today's topic, how to remove the duplicates using source qualifier. We can remove the duplicates using source qualifier when the source will be a relational database table and it will not work for the files. In my database, I have a table with the name, contractors, and which is having the columns ID and name. In this table, we have 4 records, and the second record with the ID 1 and the name Chaitanya is the duplicate record. So I am going to take this table as my source table. So in SQL, the query to get the records without duplicates is select distinct star from contractors, and I am adding order by ID also to get the records in sorted order. So here see the result of this query. We got only 3 records because it does not select the duplicate record. So this same query I am going to use in source qualifier override query to load only unique records into the target. Now let's create the mapping for this. I am giving the mapping name as m underscore duplicate underscore removal underscore sq. I have already imported the source and target table structures in Informatica from the database. Just I am dragging those source and target table structures into my mapping. Next, I am just creating one pass-through expression in between the source qualifier and target. So it will be helpful when you are debugging. It's a good practice in Informatica. I'm not going to add any logic in this expression. Just all the records coming from the source qualifier to target passes through this expression as it is.
Just I'm dragging the ports from source qualifier to expression. I'm giving the expression name as exp underscore pass through. Then just connect the ports from expression to target. I am just arranging all the transformations by giving right click and selecting arrange all option. So now I'm going to add the select distinct query to my source qualifier. Just double click on source qualifier, go to the properties tab. Under properties tab you can see SQ query attribute on top. So pass this select distinct query as a value to SQ query attribute. And then click on OK. Now save the mapping. Next I'm going to create the session and workflow for this mapping. I have created the session and workflow for this mapping, and I'm going to run this workflow. Open the workflow monitor and check the status of workflow got succeeded or failed. Yes, it's still running. Now workflow got succeeded. Just go to the database. In our source table contractors, we have 4 records, and the second record is duplicate record as I said earlier. And just run the select distinct query. So we got 3 records. These 3 records are the unique records has to load in this target table. Just check the target table data, select star from contractors underscore target. See the result. It is also having the 3 unique records as we expected, so duplicates got removed. We have another way also to remove the duplicates using source qualifier without writing SQ override query. I will show you that one also. Just double click on source qualifier and go to the properties tab and remove the SQ query which we have given earlier. And go down, you can see distinct option. Just check this distinct option, then click on OK and then save the mapping. Next I'm going to the session properties and selecting the truncate target table option checkbox and the target properties. So every session run before loading the data to target table, it truncate the target table data. So previous target table data will not be available. Now just run the workflow. So workflow got succeeded. Now go to the database. Check the target table data. So same 3 unique records are loaded as like previous. So it removes the duplicate record. Guys, I hope you understood how to remove the duplicates using source qualifier.
I'm going to explain how to remove the duplicates using aggregator transformation in Informatica. In last session, I have explained how to remove the duplicates using software transformation in Informatica. So that link I have given in the below description. In this both ways, we can delete the duplicates if the source will be a file or a database table, whatever it is. Like in SQL, in Informatica also we will have a group by clause in aggregated transformation. So by using this group by option, we are going to remove the duplicates now. In my database, I have a table with the name contractors. So I'm going to take this contractors table as my source table. In this contractors table, I have two columns. One is ID and another one is name. So here we have four records. The first record will be the one Chaitanya and the second record will be the again one Chaitanya. So this second record will be the duplicate record for the first one. So I'm going to remove these duplicates by using aggregated transformation. In my database, I have another table with the same structure as source, that is contractors target. This table I am going to take as my target table. So in this contractors target table, we don't have any data. So we are going to load the source data without having duplicates into this target table. So now I am going to create a mapping in the Informatica PowerCenter. On top you can see the mappings tab. Go to the mappings tab and click on it. You will see the create option. Just click on create option. It will show the one pop-up window like this. So here you have to give the mapping name. So I am giving the mapping name as m underscore duplicate underscore removal underscore aggregator. Now mapping got created. In last session I have imported already the contractors table structure and contractors target table structure into my Informatica sources and targets. So now just I am dragging those source structures and target structure into my mapping. Now I am going to create an aggregated transformation. On top you can see the shortcuts for all the transformations. So here you can see sigma mark. This will be the aggregated transformation. Just click on it and drag like this in the mapping designer. Now I am going to drag the ports from source qualifier to aggregated transformation. And now giving the name for this aggregated transformation as agg underscore duplicate underscore removal. Next, go to the properties tab. There you can see the group by clause. I'm going to check all the columns under group by clause because I'm going to remove the duplicates based on a complete row, not based on a particular column or a particular key. Next, I'm connecting the ports from aggregated transformation to the target. Just save the mapping. In down it gave the message like mapping is valid. So it is a valid mapping. And now next go to the Informatica PowerCenter workflow manager. Here I am going to create the workflow for this mapping. Just go to the workflow designer. On top you can see workflows option. Click on it. You will see create option. So click on create, then it will open one pop-up like this. So here give the workflow name. I am giving the workflow name as wf underscore duplicate underscore removal underscore aggregator. So after that click on OK button, then it will create the workflow. Now I am going to create a session for this mapping. So on top you can see tasks. Go to tasks option and click on it, then create. So it will open this pop-up. So here give the session name. I'm giving the session name as s underscore duplicate underscore removal underscore aggregator. After giving the name, just click on create button. It will ask for the mapping. So you have to give the mapping name. So it will relate this mapping with this session. So just click on OK and then it will create a session. Now just link this session from start. Just double click on session. So it will open one window like this. Go to the mappings tab and you can see sources and targets. Just change the DB connections of source table.
and as well as target table. Then click on OK and save it. Now give the right click and start the session. Now go to the workflow monitor. So here it is running. Workflow got succeeded. Just go to the source and target statistics. Here you can see 4 records are coming from source qualifier and only 3 records are inserted. Why? Because it removed the duplicate record. Now just go to the database and check the source table data. Contractors is our source table. So in this contractors table we have 4 records. The second record is duplicated record, as I said previously. Now just check the target table data. So here we have only 3 records. The second record, which is in the source table, has removed because that is duplicated record. So we have successfully removed the duplicates using aggregator transformation. Guys, I hope you understood how to remove the duplicates using aggregator transformation in Informatica. If you have any doubts, please write in comment box. Thanks for watching this video.